Don Cockcroft setting up. You can see the comparison, and the one thing that is left out, 2 interceptions by Ron Bolden of Cleveland against Pat Hayden, who had his string of 107 snapped today before the interception. So Don Cockcroft kicking off, and a line drive kick fielded by Jim Jodat at the 5, to the 20, to the 25, and to the 30. And a flag on the play. Brian Duncan was over near the flag trying to fight off a block by Rod Phillips, and we'll see it'll be a penalty against the Rams. So Jodat made a 25-yard return, but it'll be nullified on a penalty against Los Angeles. The infield for baseball here covered with the light snow, as you can see, but the rest of the field is still in reasonable shape.
Doesn't seem to be bothering the Rams.
39 on the run back, holding.
That's what it was. It was Rod Phillips trying to keep Brian Duncan away, and he was guilty of holding.
At this particular time, it is absolutely necessary for the Browns to keep the Rams bottled up to get off on the right foot in the second half.
And they haven't been able to bottle him up as Hayden goes to the throttle, 1st and 10 from the 10. Backs a split, Capoletti and McCutcheon. Looking left is Hayden, and throwing out there to Capoletti, who carries for a 1st down to the 25. And a couple of light blows were thrown, and I don't really think in good humor either. Billy Waddy was at one end of a couple of face slaps by Tony Peters.
Well, this is a nice play for Hayden because it's 1st down. They're backed up. It means that they're going to have a loose ball game. He hits Capoletti. That's a very good factor because Capoletti has what they call good hands. It's an old cliche, but he has good hands.
So the Rams just confidently pick up 15 yards and move it out 1st and 10 on their own 25. Second man is McCutcheon. Good cutback, but then he is met by the man he was trying to get away from, Ron Bolden. Well, they have other ice boxes in the country. These two clubs are no doubt suffering perhaps even colder weather, and Minnesota leading Green Bay 7-6 in the second quarter. Pat Hayden riding a big day. His running backs handling the Browns, and the Rams are leading 9-0. 2nd and 6 from the Ram 28, and Waddy on a wing outside Nelson on the left side. McCutcheon inside a Doug France block and got it out to the 35.
Good blocking outside. In fact, they had a wall up. McCutcheon cut back behind it. Sweep left. Kutch watches it, cut back behind that wall. It's a pretty good move. We'll give that a pretty good.
A pretty good. Of course, the field, as we said, especially right in the middle there, is chewed up.
That's what you call running carefully because you don't want to slip. You know, you can't gain any yards if you slip. It doesn't mean a doggone thing. So it was pretty good.
Pretty good for the Rams. 1st and 10 on their own 35. So they picked up 25 yards to move it out from their own 10. There goes McCutcheon, but he is met and down.
The Rams now have what you call working room. When you're bottled up, you want to move it out to give yourself the option of using any kind of play that you want to use.
The Rams by this time must be very confident that they can move the ball on Cleveland at almost any time.
Yes, sir, but moving and scoring is 2 different things.
Right,
so
they only
far,
had
have 9 points.
Hayden to Capoletti. No screen there. He fumbles. Capoletti recovers his own fumble. Then it's loose, but after the whistle. No good. Nicky Sims, you bring that ball back right away.
Oh, yes. Yes, sir.
So Capoletti had no screen at all. It was just a quick release and hope.
It's probably his own man that knocked it out.
Here's Greg Horton, who gave him a shoulder.
Yes, sir. Horton gave the ball a little shoulder.
Now the whistle blew, and right after that, the ball was loose again.
Well, the Browns knew the whistle had blown.
Poor Greg Horton doing his best. You can imagine the feeling when you jar the ball loose out of your own man's
That's
grasp.
right. Sometimes those linemen get so intent, they'll run over you out there. They're so busy trying to do their job.
3rd and 20 from the 25. Crowd annoyed. They thought Cleveland had a touchdown. Hold everything. Flag on the play, and it's now a question, were the Browns drawn off sides, or were they guilty of coming over?
Yeah, they look a little angry right now, Vince.
Did you ever play angry? Really?
Oh, you can't play angry.
I was wondering about that.
You cannot play angry. If you're angry, it nullifies your skills. It nullifies your reasoning.
But you mean you never ran a play where you just wanted to kill somebody and run over?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh.
There were times when you didn't care about how intelligent you were.
Encroachment.
They'll charge Joe Jones with coming over on encroachment.
Brown's a little feisty right now. I think they want to take it to the physical.
So it is 3rd and 15 from the Ram 30-yard line. Jackson is right and Waddy left. The backs are split, so we'll see if Hayden passes out of this formation. Hook turkey almost came over again. And Hayden, with a lot of time, hits Waddy, and Waddy got underneath Darden, or Darden would have knocked him out of the ballpark.
Yes, he did. Waddy made a good catch, a positive catch. In other words, that's the catch of a veteran. I mean, he had the ball, he grabbed it, he knew he had it, and that's the way Billy Waddy is probably going to play from now on.
And watch Tom Darden, number 27, try to cut him in half. And luckily for Waddy, missed right here. Hello.
And did you notice that he tucked that ball? That's the way to do it, Billy.
So they moved it to the 46, 1st and 10 for the Rams. Jackson left and Waddy right. Hayden, a quick out to Harold Jackson all alone, and runs out of bounds. Davis over there to defend.
And I would imagine that the spotters upstairs are calling that play because it shouldn't work that well. It's worked 3 times. It's a very simple pattern. I think they're a little afraid of Jackson, too. He's been getting good yardage on a play that you call once or twice, you hope for 2 or 3 yards. So I'm sure they're calling it from upstairs.
Gerald Irons is not dropping back as we look at Rafael Septien. He's got his hands warm, but he's a kicker. He needs something on those feet.
He's a kicker and a character.
And from Mexico.
Yes, sir.
2nd down and 1 to go from the Cleveland 45-yard line. 9-0 Los Angeles. McCutcheon. There he goes. And McCutcheon gets down to the 25-yard line before Oliver Davis brings him down.
Did you see him bang his hand on the field? You know what that meant? That meant that he wanted to go to 4th gear, because when you get out there, if you can shift down in 4th fast enough, just the kind you take all the way in. Let's look at it right here.
You runners talk about 4th gear. I know there's low, medium, and high. What's the 4th?
Right. 4th is right here. That's when you shift into 4th and you don't get hit. In fact, the great runner Peyton, in my opinion, doesn't have a 4th gear.
Whatever he has, he
sure has that. He has the greatest 3 in the league.
So McCutcheon ran for the 1st down. It was 1st and 10 from the 25. Pick up anything on that if anything at all, the Rams lost a yard. Yes. 9-0 Los Angeles. First time they got the ball, the Rams won 86 yards. A big feature was a 22-yard run by Hayden, and finally Capoletti brought it over. A big pass interference call set up a 19-yard field goal by Rafael Septien on the waning seconds of the 1st half, and that's it up to here. 2nd and 11 from the 26 of Cleveland. And Hayden, under a rush, got it to Billy Waddy, and down he goes, but he let the ball get away, and Cleveland recovered.
Once again, Billy Waddy made a tremendous move.
Elijah Pitts and the rest of the Rams staff dismayed as that one got away from Waddy.
You see, if Waddy can just cut down on those moves a little bit, because that's what causes those errors.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find our name is known. You can trust a Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery. When things are getting thick and you want to start real quick, you can trust a Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery. They've got the stuff when the starting's tough. You can trust a Delco.
Thanks, Delco.
Delco Freedom Battery. Delco Freedom.
Thanks, Delco. This is combat in the field and in your home. New Telstar Combat, the video tank game with two-fisted controls found in real tanks, so you can maneuver all over the battlefield, dodge mines, one mistake and regroup, aim, fire. The score mounts, the battle quickens, turn, fire. Telstar Combat gives you 4 different battle games. So hit your TV to a Telstar. Telstar Combat by Coleco.
Well, a fumble by Billy Waddy, recovered by Gerald Irons, and the Rams have started from their own 10. Stopped on the Browns 19. Forrest Gregg hoping that his Browns can get some kind of an offensive threat going. They have been unable to do it throughout the first half. So they have it 1st and 10 on their own 19. Mays under a rush, but he's got protection. Throwing low and no catch. Intended for Reggie Rucker at the 35-yard line.
Dangerous pass. There were a lot of Rams in that territory. I think if the ball wasn't low, there was a great possibility of an interception.
There's some Rams. There's Billy Waddy talking to some of the other Rams. Jim Jodat, Cullen Bryant, among others that we can pick off. Waddy, of course, down on the field, and the wiser Rams are up on the wood to try and keep their feet warm. 2nd and 10 from the 19. David Mays having a tough day at the throttle. Here comes Greg Pruitt. Picked up about 2. They're going very tough for Pruitt as we look at his numbers against a very, very tough Ram defense. Pruitt has gained 31 yards in 9 carries. So not quite 4 yards a carry.
But they've only called his best play, I think, once. The sweep with everybody outside. That's the kind of play that Greg Pruitt needs, because he's that kind of runner. It gives him a lot of options.